Should you buy Forza Horizon 4 and what edition should you buy? That's the question I will be answering today. First, we're gonna go over the pros and cons of the game, and after that we are going to show you the changes they made since the Forza Horizon 3. And I will be looking at the different editions and the differences between the packs so you know which one to choose. So first, the pros and the cons. And we're gonna start off with the pros. And the first one is that Forza Horizon 4 will be including a lot of new items. For example, visual customization, wide body kits. Forza will also be including some new drift tires, drag tires and rally tires. And that brings me on to my next pro, and that's that you have way more drifting options. That's very good because I know a lot of people that pretty much only drift when they play the game. And me myself, I also drift a lot. So it's really good that they added these options. For example, you have drift suspension, drift tires, and of course you have the Formula Drift Pack with all of the different cars. And I will be giving you a little bit more information about that drift pack later on in the video when I'm talking about the different editions you can buy. Now Pro 3. Pro 3 is that Forza Horizon 4 will have 4 seasons: summer, autumn, winter and spring. This makes the game way more interesting. For example, a lake with an island in the middle will be frozen in the winter, making you able to go on the island. But in the summer you will not be able to go there. It also changes the way you play. This means you need to change your technique and also you need to customize your car for the different seasons. The cold and the snow makes you need to change tires in the winter, and of course you can't just go flying into a corner with the same speed in the winter as in the summer. And I think this gives the game the variety it needs and will keep the game interesting to play. And now Pro 4. Pro 4 is that you can drive through things. It may not be too special, but it really helps you not to get stuck and just make you go way faster because you just drive through everything instead of just stopping when you hit something. Now Pro 5. Pro 5 is the amazing graphics that the game has. As you can see, the game looks amazing, and not only does it look good, but it also has insane resolution. You can play in 4K resolution or in 1080p. But if you play in 4K, you will only get 30 frames per second in comparison with the 60 FPS you get when you're playing in 1080p. So you'll have to make a choice there. But now on to our next pro. And as you can see, our next pro is that they added a James Bond car pack with 10 cars in total, and most of the cars are Aston Martins, but you also have some different cars. For example, the 1974 AMC Hornet, the 1977 Lotus Esprit S1, and more. Of course, this isn't really too special, and you don't get it with the free pack, but I really think it's cool that they added it. And our next pro is that the new Forza has over 450 cars, ranging from Bugattis to PLP50s. The smallest and best cars in the world in my opinion, and no game has even come close to this amount of cars, and this makes you able to drive on pretty much any terrain you want, from the icy lakes in the winter to the muddy woods in the spring. And even more impressive is that all of the 450 cars have their own skill tree. And what do these skill trees do, you may ask? Well, for example, if you have a skill tree with bonuses, one of them could be a drift bonus that gives you 20% more points while drifting, and another one could be that your skill chain takes 2 collisions to stop instead of 1. And that was it for the pros. Of course you have some other pros, but I think these are the ones you should know if you're planning on buying the game. And now on to the cons. And the first con is that the sounds don't work, or they just are super irritating and you want them out of the game. For example, there's a bug that you don't hear your engine anymore, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work anymore, and it's super irritating. And another one is the people who keep calling you if there's something new or pretty much anything you need to know, but sometimes they call way too much and it really frustrates you. And there are a few more things wrong with the sound, but I definitely hope they fix the first one with the engine sound not working, because I think that's easy to fix for them, so I hope they do it. And the next con is that the game does not download properly. I have this problem myself. That's one of the reasons why this video didn't come out earlier. Problem I have is an error that occurs when I try to download the game. And when I searched the error, I have seen a lot of people with the same problem, and it has still not been fixed. I've tried a lot of things, but none of it worked. So I really hope they fix this, because I paid 70 euros on this game, and if they don't fix it, well, I wasted 70 euros. So I would really not recommend buying this on the PC and trying to download it. Maybe if you can get it on a disc or something like that, you should buy it. But like this, no, I would really not do this, because you have a chance you will not get the game just like me. And this footage in the background is not my footage, because I can't play the game because they're not fixing the issue. And now the next con. The next con is a big one in my opinion, and that's that they do not have any Toyotas or Mitsubishis. Of course, we can't really blame the makers of the game for this, because it's hard to get the permission to use the cars, but I think this is really bad. But again, we can't blame them. But I'm not going to go into detail too much, so on to the next con. And the next one is the drag strips are bad. Horrible. I guess it's kind of cool that they added it, but I think it's poorly executed in comparison with the airfield runaways in Forza Horizon 3, where you could drive a long time before needing to stop. And not only could you drive for a long time before needing to stop, they were also good for tuning and testing top speed cars. And now you can only drive like 12 seconds and your car is already flying off of the drag strip, because these drag strips also do not even have a runoff, making you fly into the grass and trees. And there is more. At one of the drag strips, the lights do not even light up at the same time. If you're playing with a friend or just some random guy that's on the map, his lights could light up 10 seconds earlier than yours, but you wouldn't even notice it, because on your screen they're going off at the same time, but on his screen the lights already turned green. So the only option you really have is ask a friend to use his brake lights, or just honk 3 times and then start. So yeah, as you can see, it takes a long time to drive back. So in my opinion, they really failed the drag strips. Now, character customization. Yes, it is good that they added it, but I think they did not add it in the right way. Because when you're doing a wheel spin, you do not want to get a t-shirt. You want to get cars and money, not a t-shirt. So what I think would be better is that you can collect clothing coins, so you can choose your clothing, because the way it is now is not good in my opinion. And no, you should not get those coins out of wheel spins. You just collect them when you level up or something like that. And that's kind of my next con. Wheel spins suck. You always think you're going to win a lot of money, but the house always wins. Because you think, oh look, all of these good prizes, but you always end up with a small prize or a horrible car. And now the changes they made since the Forza Horizon 3. So the first one is of course the seasons, but I already mentioned that, so we're gonna go over to the next one. And the second one is the barn finds. There are a lot of good barn finds, and the PLP 50 is one of the barn finds. And I really like that they added this into the game, because I think it makes the game just a little bit more interesting. And they have also added the houses. You have a few of them around the map. There's not a lot you can do there, but it's definitely helpful, because you can go into the auction house, you can customize your car a little bit, and you can also fast travel to your house. So yeah, it's basically a little festival area. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the 3 different editions you can buy and the expansion packs. So first we are going to start off with the standard edition, and it's 70 euros or about $70. And what do you get with this Forza Horizon pack? As you can see, the Formula Drift pack. I have already talked about that, and of course just the Forza Horizon 4. So yeah, the Formula Drift pack, you get 7 cars, and that's pretty much it. But they are very good drift cars, so I think it's good that you get it. So yeah, the standard edition, nothing too special, so let's go on to the next edition. And this one costs 90 euros or about $90 again. So what do you get with this one? With this one you get Forza Horizon 4, of course, and the Formula Drift pack. And you get a car pass. And what is the car pass, you may ask? Well, if you click on it, you can just read it for yourself, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of information so you don't need to read it. So you can get 42 cars over a period of 21 weeks, and every week you get 2 cars, and that's basically what it is. But as you can see, the price of this is $29. It is a lower price now, but if you look at this is only $20 more than this, so you basically saved 7 euros or 10 euros, you don't really know now. But if you want this car pack, you should just buy it from the start with this, because you save $10. Okay, so now on to the Ultimate Edition. This one is $100 or 100 euros. So let's see what we have. So we have the car pass again, the Formula Drift pack again, Forza Horizon 4 again, and we have the James Bond car pack. I've basically already told pretty much everything you need to know about that. But as you can see, normally $10 or $9, and you get the VIP pass. So what is this VIP pass? Well, let's take a look. The VIP pass is basically a pass where you get just some free houses. For example, you get a house that normally costs $5 million. So yeah, that's pretty much what this is. If you want, you can read this whole text, but I'm not going to do that now. If we go back, we can take a look at the expansion packs. At the moment, we don't know what these are going to be yet. One is going to come out in December and one 2019. So you will need to wait a long time before you get any use of these expansion packs, but who knows how good they will be. So at the moment, this is actually $30 cheaper than buying every single one separately. So if you want to buy all of these, you should just buy this pack. But that's going to be it for this video, and if this video helped, please leave a like and subscribe, because we're also so close to 100 subscribers. Oh yeah,